investment from the third. Actually, I'll just go over it. I'll go over it. I haven't done an analysis video in a while. Here is a Zerg versus Protoss barcode, so we know nothing about them other than that they're Protoss. And we face a special cheese, but it's a cheese where the tech is proxied on the map, so we don't know exactly what's going on. So this is kind of a way to set up with a versatile, I can defend whatever one base all in you go for kind of defensive setup. So I'm using my normal hatch gas pool build. This is in another video. I do a ZvP macro opening walkthrough, and we'll look at where the adjustment takes place. So my second overlord goes over here. A lot of times if it's proxy gateway zealot, they'll put it here or something like that. No such luck, and they end up putting this pylon here on the map. And you can't really expect to reliably fill vision on the entire map with your first two overlords, so things like this will sometimes happen. And what is this build? This is 2 gateways at the wall, 2 gateways here that I don't know about, another tech piece here, Twilight with charge, and a Templar archive. So this is a little bit different than what I thought. Sometimes this is DT, but Charge Lot Archon is a pretty good composition, even in small numbers. So what do I do for defense? I know there are some gateways at the wall. They walled off completely, which makes it a huge hassle to mine from this base. So I can say, okay, for 1, they're doing a 1 base all in. For 2, they're chrono boosting the Cyber Core. And when Protoss is on 1 base, they don't really have a lot of flexibility with like faking their emphasis by chrono boosting something different. And you wouldn't chrono boost an air upgrade on 1 base, unless you're bronze. But if you're in bronze and you're doing that, that's very creative. Good job. But this is warp gate research, so I figured this is some kind of gateway all in. I can't really definitively know where on the map it's placed. It could be here as it is. It could be here. It could be, I guess it couldn't be here because the overlord filled that. But it could be here or there or there or there or anywhere. So what I do from this perspective is say, okay, I'm going to go spine, spine, spore. So this makes me safe against DTs just running into my base. And I'm going to cancel my third. I don't want to get 2 bases ahead of the Protoss at 3 minutes in. I'll just get 1 base ahead and have more workers. The next step is to mass a bunch of units and make constant queens. It could be a Void Ray all in. I can't fully rule that out. All I know is it's going to be comparatively weaker if they're chrono boosting this instead of a Stargate. So I'm making constant queens. I have 1, and I'm making queen on my natural and on my main. Fling speed is going. This overlord gets lucky and sees this pylon, so I go to kill the probe in the pylon. That's wonderful. Nice little pickup. It doesn't end up supply blocking them though, I don't think. No. But it is a pain in the butt. Okay. So I don't know where the attack is coming in. I sent a few lings out on the map to run around. And then now I'm just going to try and hold the door. Bring the queens to support the spines. The lings are going to support the queens. I have an overlord in the main that they can't really deny unless they make a stalker, which would remove a lot of the momentum for this attack. I'm making an Evo chamber so I can drop lings on them after I defend the attack if they stay in the game. These overlords just kind of looking around trying to find out where the attack is coming from. And the micro procedure here is having the queens between the spine spore and then the lings outside the base. This is something that's pretty cool and the opponent can't really do anything about this. The Zergling is the fastest unit in the game with ling speed gun. So I can keep them outside and then establish this around. They're committed. They can't just fall back and macro off the back of this. They walled off their main. So they need to all in and make something happen right here. And then the lings go in the backside. The queens transfuse each other. And it looks like a really simple hold, but a lot of that was based on having the correct defensive procedure and general prep. Even though I didn't know exactly what the build was, I know that queens and lings and spines with the spore can defend against gateway all-ins, can defend against DT, and could deal with a few Void Rays if they showed up. That's about it. Defending a general 1 base ZvP